Hey guys, welcome to Hangout with Hayley for another Thursday night. Yes, we're still in lockdown. Boo hoo. But, not all is lost. I'm here. You're here. It's awesome. It's going to be a great night. This is one of the first nights that I'm actually having a special guest on Hangouts as well, which is really, really cool. So, I mean, you guys are always my special guests, so thank you. But tonight, for the very first time, very first guest, I am having my beautiful friend, Natalie Pearson, extremely talented. We're going to hear a few songs from her and have a bit of a chat and just have a good time tonight. So, hope you're settled in, got the Chromecast or whatever it is happening to the telly. And, I'm going to kick us off with a little song myself, and then we'll invite Nat in and, we'll have a chat. Woo! He's Breaking Hearts.
Boy, you're cold, stone cold, ain't got no soul. Heart's like a runaway, ain't got no home. No, should've known you're a low down lie. Every bridge that you cross swallowed up in fire. I wonder how you sleep at night with the light of your halo burning so damn bright. I don't know where to start. You build and you break, you build and you break till it all falls apart. You build and break and building and breaking hearts. Whoa, oh, you drew me into your game like a moth to a flame. Guess I only got myself to blame. Oh, those poor girls waiting next in line. They should've made you with a warning sign. You set them all up for a fall, just to knock them all down like a wrecking ball. I don't know where to start. You build and you break, you build and you break till it all falls apart. You build and breaking, building and breaking hearts. That endless trail of scars will find you where you are and leave you in the dark. Oh, I don't know where to start. You build and you break, you build and you break till it all falls apart. You build and you break, you build and you break it hearts. Build and break and build and break till it all falls apart. Building and breaking, building and breaking hearts. Whoa, yeah. You building and breaking, building and breaking hearts. Building and breaking, building and breaking hearts.
Good fun. Hello. Hey guys, how you doing? I know I don't need to yell. I'm yelling, but I don't need to yell. Hi everybody. Oh gosh, this is a lot of fun. Oh my god, it's so exciting. Oh yay, thank you very much, Daniel. Oh look, I can do this now to show that you were clapping. Thank you. Getting a bit high tech here in in the land of live stream. Thanks Denise. Thanks Mum. Guys, it's great to be here with you tonight. I'm really, really excited for a great night, and we need some good, fun nights. We need a great show because there's, things don't really seem to be improving that much out in the world. We've heard today. I think Stu just mentioned that Denny has been sadly cancelled, which is just another blow. But we carry on, and I'm excited to be able to do things like this, and I guess this is the only way that we connect. This is how we're going to do it, guys. So thanks so much for everybody for joining in tonight. Great to see you all here. It's awesome. I'm sporting the Karma merch tonight, as you can see. Guys, you know where you can get it from. You can get all of my merch from my website. Look at this. Look at me being all high tech. But look, that's not what we're here for tonight. We are here to celebrate music and good friends and good company. And I'm really excited. I didn't really think about this before, but the whole Hangout with Hayley thing, I mean, we're hanging out, which is cool. And we hang out, which is great. But it's nice to be able to hang out with friends as well, and for us all to hang out. So I'm really excited to welcome one of my dearest friends in the music scene, who I just absolutely love. Nat Pearson is a contemporary country artist. I'm sure most of you have heard of her, but if you haven't, I'm going to give her a bit of a rev up here. So she is a songstress, vocal powerhouse. She's been creating a buzz in the industry, earning recognition amongst a whole bunch of country music legends, including Lee Kernaghan, Travis Collins, Adam Brand. She's supported them all, and she's here with me tonight. Woohoo! She's no stranger to the stage. Nat's been performing and entertaining her whole life. She won over crowds at the Gympie Music Muster Talent Search in 2018, and she won a prize to Nashville during the CMA Fest. So we'll ask her a little bit about that in a minute. And yeah, she got to perform on the Muster stage last year. The Wolf Brothers invited her to Tassie to their hometown festival, Wolf Fest, and she also opened for their Queensland show. So she supported Lee Kernaghan at a New Year's Eve show 2020. Well, when we all thought the world was going to change. She's been also invited to open for Adam Eckersley and Brooke McClymont, and I think this show just keeps getting pushed back, but it will happen, and I'm sure she will get another opportunity to do that at some point because she's just bloody amazing. She's open for a whole bunch of country and, mainstream artists as well, performing pretty much all of the big country music festivals around Australia. And I'm really excited that she's actually going to be my special guest for my Brisbane show for my Breaking Hearts album launch tour on Sunday, the 7th of November at Johnny Ringo's. And, of course, if you haven't got tickets for that yet, I don't know why, but you get amongst it. We've got Nat and Hayley Marsden playing in that show. Tickets are on sale now, all from my website, hayleyjensen.net. But look, let's not keep her waiting in the waiting room, green room, any longer. Let's bring Nat in. Why don't we give a big Hayley's Comets hangout with Hayley welcome to my gorgeous friend, Natalie Pearson.
Hello.
Woo! Welcome, girl. Hey.
Girl.
Hey. How are you?
All the harmonies while you were singing along there.
Awesome. Thank you. So good. It is so great to have you on my very first Hangout with Hayley special guest edition.
Very special. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, look, guys, if you don't know, like Nat and I are kind of like music industry besties. We I was so bummed when Nat moved over from Western Australia to Sydney originally, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna hang out all the time, we're gonna be just like sipping coffee and like having wines, and then she's like, yeah, by the way, I'm moving to Queensland. I was like, damn it. But we still catch up heaps, don't we, on the phone and FaceTime and stuff. which is
I
great.
feel like we like pull each other up if someone's having a bit of a downer day. It's like, the phone call, by the end of it we're both just laughing. So
yes, exactly. And we've both got our notepads out, like, so what should I do next? Okay, so how do I do that real thing again? And you're like, well, and then I'm like, how about you do this? And boom, and we're like planned out our next week's worth of music activity. It's awesome. It is really nice to have, a buddy in the industry, I guess. That's the best thing about it. So, and out just in general to have buddies, but also somebody that gets it, because it's a tricky little game, isn't it?
It is, but at least we get to hang out here online, and we can't do it in person. I think even if I was in Sydney, we couldn't. So at the moment,
hey, that's true. That's very true.
But hopefully not so much.
I know. It's dragging out. You know what? Karen, who's in here as Hannah Breyer Petal, has just reminded us that we should probably have a bit of, we told everyone to BYO bubbly, but now I've brought some for you. So so I've just got a bottle here. I'm just going to take the top off. Hang on a second.
All right, let me get it down.
Yeah, if you can just pass it over, I'll pour you a glass. Everyone got their drink of choice. Doesn't need to be alcoholic. I know what it's like. We don't need. I have just finished a 12-week challenge, Nat, and I've lost a stack of weight. Not drinking for bloody 12 weeks, which has been great.
My consumption of alcohol has gone up since all the lockdowns and the quarantines, and I was actually in a quick quarantine where I couldn't
even go out
and do essentials. So I was, in between making all the TikToks and reels, I was a bit of alcohol. So
it doesn't show on you though. It's not fair.
I drank enough for the both of us, so it's all good.
I know everyone was telling me all the drinks that they were having, and I was like, Anyway, let's get this party started, baby.
Woo! I got my glass ready.
Whoop, that hit the roof.
Woo!
Ready?
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay, ready? Here you go.
Thank you. Awesome. Amazing.
Cheers.
Cheers. What kind of bubbles is
that? Let me call it Moe and Chandon. It's not though, but sorry. Got the cheap one for us.
That's so good. We're musicians on a budget lately, so
mine is actually a non-alcoholic bubbly tonight. I figured I'd try to keep the
the alcohol
content
as you pass through the internet. So.
Cheers, Debbie, and cheers, Nat. Oh gosh. No worries, Scott. Welcome aboard. Welcome everybody. Welcome, Eric. I love that I can put all your comments up here. This is so cool. So Nat, I just wanted to hear a little bit from you, and I think everyone joining in here tonight would love to know. A lot of people will know you because you are a very well-known artist in the scene, but I thought it'd be cool to just share a little bit about and hear. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your musical journey and where you first kind of started singing. I know you've been singing for your whole life, like me. People sort of think when you emerge in the country scene or whatever, it's like, did you just start singing or something? Well, no. Or for me, like when I went on The Voice or whatever, people go, so when did you start singing? Did you just take it up? And it's like, no, I've been singing my whole life. But, it's what people know of you. So give us a reference point. What have you been up to in your musical career? Doesn't matter if it's country or otherwise. Love to hear, your story.
I probably so I started like just singing as you do as a kid around the house and dancing around the house and everything. More so I was watching like musicals on TV, so I loved like Annie and Oliver and The Sound of Music and all of that. All those musicals, I just knew every single word. So I was doing that, singing along to TV commercials and everything.
Yeah.
Someone said to my mom, like, for a 5-year-old, she can actually like hear pitch, like, and sing in tune. Like, that's pretty unusual for a 5-year-old. Like, you should maybe consider putting her in lessons. My mum put me in dance lessons, and then I ended up doing like one of those shopping centre talent quests, and I got like the encouragement award for a dancing thing. And then like, I invited everybody out after for like karaoke, just for, you know, fun hangs. And I sang The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow by Annie. And
cute.
I know, it's my favourite.
The sun will come out tomorrow. I loved Annie as a kid too.
In fact, I remember, you know, the first time I didn't even realise that it was Annie that I was watching, but I remember being on not school holidays, because I would have been 5, but like I was at home watching the TV and I missed the starting credits, so I had no idea what I was watching, but I was watching these orphans dance around, you know, bunk beds and cleaning and whatever, and my mum was like, come on, you've been saying you want to go to the, you know, Video Easy or whatever it was, so I'm taking you now. And I was like, but Mum, I want to watch this. And she was like, no, we're going now. So I went to the Video Easy store, and then the, you know, sales rep or whatever behind the counter was like, oh, you know, you should try this one. It's a musical called Annie and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I don't want to watch that. I want this one and blah, blah, blah. My mum ended up taking Annie and I put it in the VCR, and I was like, this is the same movie. Yeah. So I ended up doing the old dodge, recording one VCR to the other VCR so that I had it at home to just watch over and over and over again. So learned all the songs by just watching it on repeat. And then, I guess that was probably the first memory that I had of getting really passionate about something. And then, did this Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow at this karaoke thing. And then the lady who was running it was like, you know, I'll offer free singing lessons. And then I guess the rest is kind of history, because I haven't ever stopped. So it's obviously something that I was always attracted to and drawn to, and I've never wanted to stop. So just been going even when it's tough.
I know, even to times like this, but I guess those beautiful memories and things kind of just they keep you know, I guess hammering it in how much we just got to keep holding on to, you know, holding on to what we did and what we like, what our dream is, and that it's so deep inside of us. It's not just something that's kind of going to wash away with one bad day, you know, or a bad week or month or year. It's
or about
like
2020.
You know,
so
2021. Oh gosh, musicals are such a big part of my childhood too. Growing up, loved Annie, loved Oliver, loved you know, Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, I used to definitely get right into the musicals as well. And that's so cute. I love it. Somebody's just asked, Troy has actually asked here, how do I order Natalie's albums? Nat, tell us about your journey with music. So you've got a few kind of CDs out, or have you got stuff on Spotify? Where can people get your music and listen to you?
So the best place and the place that I would probably recommend would be getting an actual physical CD from my merch store, which is my website, which is natpearsonmusic.com, and then just tap the little shop button. So I've got an album called Long Time Coming, which I was probably working on songs for a couple of years, like it was over a span of a decent amount of time, and I wasn't planning on releasing it as like, I've got these songs and I'm doing it as an album. It was just like doing the songs and then being like, I guess I'll put them all on a CD, which is not really how you're supposed to do it. But I just wanted to get the songs kind of, you know, out there and do something with them. So I did that. And then I had acoustic cover songs, because I also have come from a covers background. So I used to gig in pubs and do lots of acoustic shows and sing at weddings and corporate events and all that kind of thing. So covers was, you know, something that was just part of my everyday life. So I did an acoustic covers album, as well as some of the songs that I guess shaped me in the 90s. So I just put those. It was meant for just YouTube originally. So I was meant to just, you know, do an acoustic version and put it on YouTube, because I was into Boyce Avenue, you know, following their channel. And I was like, and then I guess, when I was in process of doing the original album, they were like, why don't you just put everything on like out there? Why don't you just kind of, you've done it, why not put it out? So that's on a physical CD as well, and everything's on Spotify at the moment as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's where you can
So
find it.
good. Oh, Nat, I would love, and I think everyone here would love to hear you sing a song for us if you would like to.
Oh,
I've got a few songs just prepared earlier, which would be cool.
I prepared it earlier. So I'll sing, the first song that I'll sing is called Plan B. And I wrote this a few years ago. I think it was actually around the time I did Denny Ute Muster, which unfortunately I heard the bad news today. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm so sad. But yeah, around that time, a few years ago, I was writing with Jake Sinclair and Luke Austin. And I went over to their place, and we were just, having some drinks and hangs, and we wrote 2 songs. Actually, we wrote 3 songs in that night, but 2 of them I've recorded and one of them Jake's recorded.
Cool.
And yeah, like it was a really productive night, considering, that was kind of just meant as a social thing. And they came really easy. So Plan B is about not being someone's second choice. So if someone doesn't decide to choose you the first time, and whatever they went and didn't work out, they can't come back. Like, it's like, no, you didn't. You either choose me the first time or that's it. You can't. Not a crawl back because the other plan didn't work. So this is called Plan B.
I love it. Take it away, Nat.
Give it a song. I thought we were strong, thought we could have it all. You were saying everything I wanted you to. She came back along, and your heart was gone. She was saying everything you wanted her to. Then I knew you played me like a fool. You made your bed, I ain't lying indeed. You made your choice, and I was indeed not your only. When you're lonely, not your plan B. I ain't your door in the middle of the night. You're cold at 4 when you think I might come on over. No, I ain't your plan B. She wasted your time like you wasted mine. And now you'd give anything to have me back, to hurt me again. Boy, quit your crying, man up and keep driving. You can't see anything worth anything to get me to bend. Oh, let's not pretend that I'll take you back when you made your bed. I ain't lying indeed. You made your choice, and I was indeed not your only. When you're lonely, not your plan B. I ain't your door in the middle of the night. You're cool at 4 when you think I might come on over. No, I ain't your plan B. Thanks, Debbie. Oh no. Thanks, Mark. You made your bed, I ain't lying indeed. You made your choice, and I was indeed not your only. When you're lonely, not your plan B. I ain't your door in the middle of the night. You're cold at 4 when you think I might come on over. I ain't coming over. No, I ain't your plan B. I ain't your plan B. Thanks, Scott.
Very,
Thanks,
very
David.
cool.
I'm looking at all your comments too. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, sound absolutely awesome, babe. Oh, look at this. Here we go.
Thank you,
Daniel.
David.
Daniel has pretty much
Oh.
wrapped it up.
Thanks, Daniel.
Very, very cool. Oh, that sounded awesome. Yeah, this is so cool. I'm so glad we get to hang out with you tonight.
Me too.
Great.
And look at you all tech savvy and everything. I'm loving it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it so I can have a hangout with Nat, and you can come and hang out with me on my Facebook page.
Exactly. That's it, babe. Absolutely.
I love it.
Oh, welcome everybody, and thanks for staying with us and tuning in tonight. Very, very excited to be hanging out with Hayley and hanging out with my gorgeous and incredibly talented friend Natalie Pearson here tonight, who you've just heard a beautiful song Plan B. So Nat, I was speaking in my little intro about you, about how you won the Gympie Muster Talent Search and got to go over to Nashville to play at CMA Fest. I meant to go to CMA Fest. How freaking awesome! To play. I know. I was like, did you get to play? Did you get to perform? It would have been so good. But even just being there, like Chris and I went there a few years ago too, and it was just, I mean, it's like I still get goosebumps when I just think about being there in amongst it all. It's just incredible, right? How was your experience?
Oh man, it was amazing. It's like the music festival of all music festivals. Like every big act you could ever imagine is like on the stage back to back, one after the other, and then the next night and the next night. And you've got your, your stadium seats that they're your seats for the whole duration of the festival. So, you kind of get to know everybody around you, and you're all having a good time together and singing along. So it was incredible. Yeah. I enjoyed every single minute of Nashville, and I'm hoping that international travel is not as far away as we're kind of expecting it to be.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, when did you go? What year did you head over?
I'm trying to think. It must have been 2017, I think. Yeah. So, and it was just, oh my gosh, incredible. So good.
Do you remember who was on at Nissan when you watched?
This is probably my biggest regret. I didn't go to a Nissan Stadium show.
Why?
I don't know why. There were people playing on like the Cracker Barrel stage and the all these other stages that I actually really wanted to see. I mean, that was kind of that's my excuse, that I was like, oh, I really love, this Sarah Evans or Danielle Bradbury or whatever. Like there were all these artists that were kind of playing there that, like, or Lauren Elena was on another one, or like, I just couldn't take it all in. And then also like, which I can't believe that I didn't go to one of those shows now.
I feel like it's a mix of like Tamworth and CMC. Like it's the Tamworth aspect, as in it's a festival, but it's really individual venues doing their own thing everywhere. And then they've got Tamworth stage in the street, which is the equivalent of doing, whatever the stages are in all these different places that are not in the stadium. And then your stadium shows is like you pay, to have entry to the Nissan Stadium, which is all year, or even I guess it's kind of like the Toyota Park, but it's a ticketed event. But man, I loved it. I actually didn't get to see many of the day free stages stuff because we were pretty jet lagged. So it was really tough to get up at a normal time. But then by the time, you were awake enough to go out, it was like, late afternoon, and then you're like, okay, cool, let's get ready for Nissan Stadium. So I regret not going to the day stages. I think if I went again, I'd probably give myself a few days pre-festival just to
settle in. And it's definitely the jet lag is crazy when you go over there. Like I honestly felt like I was dead every day. I thought, how long is it going to take to get over this? Like I've traveled around the world and all that sort of stuff, but going to America, I don't know, like I felt like every day was just like this big foggy, like I'm sitting there in a writing room feeling like I was literally in a dream, because I was like, I don't think my brain is switched on yet, you know, but it was still so amazing. But yeah, every time I've gone, I've been like, feel like I'm walking around like a zombie, you know.
Yeah.
So,
definitely give yourself a few days to settle in next time. It was fun. I got to write with Phil Barton too. I know you've done lots of writing
so cool.
with Phil. So we wrote a song that I'm actually putting on the next EP that I'm putting out. So I'm like in mix mode. Haven't done the vocal recording day yet, but we're kind of doing the pre-production stuff. And the song that I wrote with Phil is it's called Not in These Shoes, and it's like saying you know, if you think I'm going to chase you, like, well, honey, not in these shoes, because it's, you know, like these shoes are too good to waste on running after you. So basically it's a little bit sassy. So yeah,
love it.
Looking forward to getting that out there. We're like not sure how, we're still playing around with the production, whether to go like kind of more on the pop side of country. When we did the demo, it was like more of a rock kind of feel. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's the best part, like kind of playing with all the different sounds and stuff, isn't it? Like getting that chance. And when you've got that a little bit of liberty of time to sort of try a few different things, and your producer's willing to kind of try. Yeah, that's the best. I mean, my experiences before this album were just pretty much you go into the studio, all the musicians go like, or the producer just kind of has the vision, or you go in and like all the musos just kind of play. And then it's kind of that's a song, you know. I mean, like you give reference songs and stuff, but yeah, it's you know, it's totally different thing when you get that chance to kind of go, what about if we get this synth line, or we use this beat, or you know, this little 808 thing, or like bring in some really drony synth, or I don't know, whatever it is, like to just add another bit of texture, and it just takes it to a whole new level. So enjoy this process.
It's kind of been like with the lockdowns and the quarantines and stuff, like we've like started and then lost momentum, and then booked in a date and then I had to cancel it, and then booked in a date and then we went into lockdown. So it's been really frustrating, because I'm like, I feel like when you're in the zone, it's like, you know, you're in there and you're, you know, everything's bouncing from one day to the other to be like, oh, you know, after yesterday that song was in my head and I've been hearing this other part. And then so now it's kind of like, I've forgotten how the song goes. I'm going to like revisit it before we go back.
Yeah.
So I booked in, I booked in for not next week, but the week after, I think. So hopefully cool. I can still go in. So I'm just reading Karen's comment. When are you two going to songwrite together so we can have a duet? Yes, when, Hayley? When?
I know we've been talking about this for I just put up 2 comments about it. Stuart Kennedy said it as well. I can't believe we've never done a co-write. I'm like,
we did. We wrote This Love.
Oh, we did. Of course we did. Bloody well did. With Kirsty Lee Akins. That's right.
Way back.
Which is why I'm like, we haven't even done it. That was so long ago. Yes. But
and that day, I remember that day. I remember that day. It was at Kirsty's house, and I'd just done like 2 days worth of music video filming, and it was freezing cold, and I had to like get in the water and like submerge my face and everything under the water, and I had like water in my ears, and I just felt awful. And I was in this co-write, and I was like really nervous about like meeting you and writing with you and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm writing with Hayley Jensen, and I'm like, I need to be on my game. And then I was like,
oh my God.
In the corner.
You had like hypothermia. I was like,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure some kind of parasite or bug or something was in the water and just it was horrible. But hey, a good song came out of it. So
it ended up with a great song. I loved that song. So I love that song so much. Yeah.
I'm so glad you decided to record it too. You sound amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, babe. Thank you.
I love it.
Look, it's a great little tune. Kirsty's we're a bit excited at the moment. Nat and I have been texting each other because the block and the voice are often on at the same time. We're like, which one are we going to watch? And we're like, we want to watch the block because we want to watch Kirsty and Jesse. And then we're like, we also want to see the voice because there's so many people that we know on there too. So we're like, flick.
And they keep putting the adverts on at the same time. I'm like,
I
can you
it's so
just, like,
unfair.
play nice so that we can, you know, when this one's going to ad break, we can watch the other one, and then vice versa. Like, come on.
I know.
It's almost like they planned it.
They sneaky devils. Surely they want us to watch both so that they both get the ratings, right?
Yeah, and so we don't just stay on one because we're like, oh well, every time I switch this other one, we're on the adverts. But I think Tori Dark's going to be on this Sunday.
I did hear. Oh, I thought I missed her the other day.
No, so I didn't know what date she was going to be on, but I saw all the previews, and I was like, oh, I know that face, and she was singing with Keith.
Oh, I did see a little snippet of that. That's why I thought I'd missed it, but it must have just been the ad for it. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure things go well for Tori because, you know, singing with Keith. Yes, so everybody in the comments, make sure that you're
unless it was like oh no, you didn't make it, but you're a country star and da. But anyway, I hope she gets in. It's
she'll get in. She's amazing.
You never know with these shows. So many people don't get. But anyway, I hope she is amazing. So yeah, she will. Nat, let's not talk about other people singing. I want to hear you sing another song.
I want to hear you sing. How about you sing a song?
I've already sung. I've just done the one, and I'm going to do one. I'm going to play a video at the end of Karma that I filmed at my fireworks tour back in December last year. But yes, no, it's all about you tonight. You're hanging out with us. Woo! Next week it'll be all just me again. So this is it's good. So I want to hear you sing Let 'Em Talk. Tell me what Let 'Em Talk's about.
Let 'Em Talk was the other song.
Let me just have a guess.
Let 'Em Talk was the other song that I wrote with Jake and Luke on the same night. So we wrote Plan B and Let 'Em Talk at the same time. Let 'Em Talk is just about other people saying things about you, or just people saying things that are intended to have a negative impact on you, either like directly or indirectly, by saying things to other people before they've had a chance to really decide for themselves, you know, to meet you and decide for themselves if they like you or not. And I just got a bit sick of it. It's kind of, you know, that small town mentality of people just trying to, you know, get in your ear or get in other people's ears just so that you can't thrive as a person. So Let 'Em Talk is just about going, you know what, people are always going to have something negative to say. No matter where you go in life, you're always going to come across that person. So this is just about saying, let them talk, because it doesn't matter what they think or what they're saying, because the truth will shine through. People will get to know you for themselves, and they will decide for themselves. And if they're not willing to, then they probably weren't worth having in your world anyway. So let them talk is just about, I guess, ignoring the noise, which I struggle to do a lot, but it's, you know, it's a little reminder. So every time that I, you know, preach it, I'm like, yeah, I should probably listen to my own advice.
But we all with our songs, guys, and it's songs that you write after the fact. It's like, yeah, hindsight, good on you, Hayley. Wish you had bloody listened to that voice inside when it was happening. But I love this song. I love you singing it. So I would love to hear you sing Let 'Em Talk, and so would everybody else, by the sounds of it, in the chat room.
I'll give it a go then. Words can set a love on fire, or they can break a home. Sometimes you just can't define what is sticks and what is stone. Well, they come cheap, yet they come free. I ain't buying what they're saying about me. Let them talk, let them walk over my name for all I care. Criticize, let them lie, it don't change who I am, but I do. I don't need their point of view. They can try to make me high, but here's a thought. Let them talk. You can whisper on the wind, or you can shout out loud. You can make up where I've been like it's your business now. Well, I won't try to justify, dignify, or play to your commands like I give it back. Let talk, let them walk over my name for all I care. Criticize, let them lie, it don't change who I am, what I do. I don't need their point of view. They can try to make me high, but here's a thought. Let them talk, let them run their mouth like they know what I'm all about. Wasted breath on rumors in this town will bring me down. Let them talk. Let them talk, let them walk over my name for all I care. Criticize, let them lie, it don't change who I am, what I do. I don't need their point of view. They can try to make me high, but here's a thought. Let them talk, let them walk over my name for all I care. Criticize, let them lie, it don't change who I am, what I do. I don't need their point of view. They can try to make me hide. Here's a thought. Let them talk. Oh, let them talk. Let them talk.
Woo! Yeah! Awesome, babe. It's so good. I love that song. I love the message in it. It's just like, yeah.
Thank you. I love it too. It's definitely one. Yeah, it's one that I love singing at gigs, and I love the spiel before it as well.
Yeah.
Like right before we go to play it live, and the guitarist is just doing the riff over and over, and I'm like, really telling people what the song's about, and I see everybody in the audience being like, yeah, I feel that. And so then when I sing the song, like I just feel like the message got through at the end, and that's what it's all about, right? It's just about getting a message across and empowering people and making them feel good about themselves and feeling confident and making a positive impact. So that's what I love about music. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that is, I think that's, the most powerful thing when we can write a song that has a message that really means something to us. And, we're just human beings as well. And we experience things and, it's our kind of looking through our lens of what that situation is or how we've dealt with it or not or whatever. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to just sort of shine a light on that moment and then give a bit of perspective that, as you say, can like really, and as Karen's saying here, that connection and empowerment, it can really change somebody's day from being, a bad day to a good day, and or really, like, I mean, there's songs that have changed my life, when you've listened to something over and over again to kind of give you that strength to get through a certain situation or whatever. And I mean, that's one of those songs. Sure is. So thanks, babe. Thanks for that. Thanks for bringing it. It's awesome. So good. Yeah, Nat is on fire. Chris, you are right. So I wanted to ask you, who's your biggest kind of inspiration in the music world? Like, there's so many great artists, Australian, otherwise. Like, I'm inspired by so many different artists, whether it be someone like Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert or the Cranberries, or like there's so many artists that have kind of come in and inspired me over the years. Who are your kind of, I guess, go-to?
I reckon the artists that shaped me, the ones that I was just so obsessed with and listened to their album on repeat. So my very first CD was Shania Twain, Come On Over, and Celine Dion, Fallen Into You. And those two, I reckon I listened and sang along, like just even mostly probably not even knowing what the songs were about and just singing along, belting them out in my bedroom. And I feel like the Celine Dion aspect, like I love big vocals, and more recent artist that I am obsessed with is like Hayley Williams from Paramore.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I love her. Yeah.
Yeah, like I when I was doing all my cover band stuff, like we did a bit of Paramore, and I was like, I just love this girl's just her attitude and her voice.
Yeah.
And I actually then was like Googling who is Hayley Williams' singing teacher, and I like entered this whole new world of vocal technique that I had not come across before, and I reckon that is coming across Hayley Williams is what has kind of made me actually use better technique, because she just makes it so easy. I reckon Celine Dion was the biggest shaper of me growing up, and as a performer, Michael Jackson, he was my very first concert that I went to. I went and saw him in Perth, and I was like, I don't know, 8, maybe just 9.
Wow, like that's so cool.
Seeing him live in concert was incredible. We were up in the nosebleed section, but still it was good being there. His album. My dad had Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. So I've had a pretty eclectic,
diverse.
A very different. Lots of music coming in. Shania Twain was big for me in my teens. I was really into the pop country crossover. I hadn't really come across much country music until there was that crossover pop country that was on mainstream radio, and then Coyote Ugly, and that kind of was a little bit of taste into that world. And then I went back into the the pop rock stuff, and I started to write my own music, and I was like, I'm pop rock. I'm like, Hayley Williams, Paramore is my vibe, and I like released some music in that vein. Some of them which I've actually just come across again in like demos, and I'm like, this is actually a pretty current sound at the moment. Maybe I should.
I want to hear it.
I'll send it to you and see, because it is something that I'm looking at maybe revisiting. But the music that I was like writing and releasing, or not really, like I released a couple of things, but like writing, and I was playing to people, and they're like, oh, it's country, and I'm like, oh no, it's pop rock, and they're like, no, it's pretty country. So I guess a lot of that, the Leanne Rimes, the Coyote Ugly, the Shania Twain had more of an impact on me than I probably thought at the time. And I guess the more now that I've started really, listening to more, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like this is where I do sit. So it's just
and I think that's part of the beauty of that is that like country music has broadened out so much over the last few years. So like if somebody would have said to me, probably 10 years ago, like when actually they did, when I first came out of Idol, they're like, you need to do country, and I was like, country, I don't like give me a home among the gum tree. I'm like, I don't really see myself, like, I love that, great, I love that, I learned it at school, I love it, I love traditional country, it's got its place, but it's not the music that I wanted to make, right? And I remember that was just the only thing that I thought country was, because even though love Shania, love Jewel,
same Jewel, oh my god,
all of these artists were just like, I remember when I first heard your voice, I thought she's been listening to some Jewel, because it just straight away, those influences came through, which is very much that, that crossover-y country sound, which is it's really cool. I mean, I think, we're about the same age. We kind of grew up in that era where that crossover country was pop music, like that was just pop. We didn't know that it was country. We just listened to it and really liked it.
That's why we were probably a little bit resistant to country, because of the backgrounds that we've had, being not really exposed to it as much, because we were listening to mainstream. And so the idea of what country music is a very small portion of it. And I think that's a lot of people who are not really, they don't really know the country scene, that haven't been exposed to it. That is also their perception. They're like, oh, this is country, this little pocket here of traditional country, that must be what everything is. And it's not until we actually get exposed to that pop country, that crossover, that rock country, that even some R&B influences now in country music, you know, and it just takes, I think, that little doorway of, well, this sounds similar to what I listen to on mainstream, and then all of a sudden they're opened up to this whole world of genre that is so diverse, and it's got so many different variations within it. And then I think you really kind of get that appreciation of you know, music is music. Music is good music, regardless of what genre it fits into. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, okay, you don't like it. You move on to something else. So
I'm loving that country, you know, this sort of diverse, that it's being embraced in Australian music, you know, that it's not just, I think more and more, you know, with the Keiths and even reminding people, hey, you love Shania, right? Yeah. Oh, well, come on. Like, you love Jewel, right? Yeah. Oh, well, come on. You know, and I think just reminding people, you know, when you say, oh, but it is, you know, the whole daggy thing that of country, you know, that used to exist. I think it's disappearing more and more. And it's kind of interesting when you say, oh, yeah, I do country music, and people, I love country now. And it's like, oh, phew, heavy lifting has been done by those that came before us.
And it's coming back into mainstream radio now. Like, you know, they're playing Morgan Evans, they're playing Seaforth, they're playing Keith Urban. There's lots of pop artists that are doing collaborations with country artists now that are really just opening the door. And I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, even the other way around, when you see someone like Guy Sebastian's coming to play, was he at Gympie or something? You know,
Guy Sebastian. Guy Sebastian was booked for the rodeo,
the one that was
on this weekend. So he's not going. He's stuck in where he is, Sydney, I think. But Jessica Malboy was at Gympie Muster in 2019. She was the headliner. And you know, Jess Malboy isn't someone that you would go country music, but she actually came from a country music background. Like, that was kind of how she started, and then it was X Factor or The Voice or Idol. What show was it?
She was on Idol. Yeah, she was on Idol. Yes.
And then, you know, that. Yeah, and then I guess the music that she was singing on the show and then releasing after kind of was the only thing that people had seen of her at that point. So they, you know, it seems unexpected that she would sing at a country music festival, but that was actually her background. So yeah,
it's funny.
We all get influenced by different music. It doesn't mean that where you've been influenced is where you're going to end up. It's just along the way.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. I love that you mentioned Hayley Williams. She's one of my favorite vocalists. And when I came out of Idol and I released my first album, and then I was in a bit of a alt rock band at the time, and we were really, really influenced by Paramore. Like, we kind of just wanted to be Paramore. And we actually, this award behind me here, this Music Oz award, we actually won for our band Silver Cities, which and it was all that kind of, you know, that sort of music. And I feel like listening to her vocal as well. Sorry, everyone, we're just
country background
vocalist stuff here. That's interesting.
Keep going. Sorry.
Listening to her vocal, and you know, practicing, not so much imitating, but where's she placing that sound and all that sort of stuff, taught me so much as well about you know, forward placement and mixed voice and all of that. So I would never have been able to sing some of the songs that I do, like Turning Up the Dial or you know, of my own stuff or any of the Silver City stuff that we released, if it hadn't have been for studying her, like, as a case study as well.
Same.
So it's amazing.
I remember I saw Paramore in concert, and I saw them at Soundwave. And the whole band during certain songs would all headbang at the same time. And Hayley Williams was singing these massive notes, like soaring notes, while she was headbanging. And I was looking at her and all like, I'm going to teach myself how to headbang and sing.
Yeah.
I literally, at my cover band on the weekends, when we were singing Paramore songs, I learned
how did we get here? Boom.
Yeah. And then and the Misery Business, you know, like, so doing all of that, you know, where you're actually physically moving your body and trying to keep that core supported and still, you know, sing on pitch and sing big notes and stuff. And so you know, kind of gave me a something to aim for. And my nemesis song, I call it, is All I Wanted Was You. Like that, that massive soaring note. I was like, if I can sing that song, I will feel accomplished as a singer. So I'm still working on it.
Yeah. Oh man, those songs, I love them so much. I'm going to have to rip out Paramore after this and take another listen. But before I do, Nat, I want to hear you sing another song. I would love to hear you sing us another song to kind of, you know, round out the night. I do have a version of Karma that I'm going to play to sort of play us out as well. But yes, I know. So it's not, you know, it's going to be evens. I love that you're like, no, that wouldn't be fair. I'm like, Nat, you're my special guest. Be welcomed. Be welcomed.
I'm also really excited for your album to come out too.
Oh, thank you.
What's the date when it's like officially?
So, yeah, the new release date is the 22nd of October. So the 22nd of October, and there's the big tour around it, which let me out of Sydney, Gladys. I don't have the virus. But yeah. So yeah, I cannot wait for it to come out either. I'm working on some new music too, Nat. Actually, I'm actually working on a song that's going to sneakily come out in between now and the album, and another song.
Ooh, that's exciting.
With a Canadian artist. I haven't spoken much about it lately, but it's with my good friend Dan Davidson. I think I've mentioned it sneakily once in a Kicks live thing or something. But yeah, so we're kind of working on that on the sly a little bit at the moment, because I figured, hey, we've got a bit of time in between now. So that's really, really cool. Got to work out how I'm going to do the video, but we will. And yeah, and then just so many great songs. I'm just so proud of all these songs on the record. I can't wait to get them out there. But they will be. They will be. It won't be too long. 22nd of October. You are right, Karen. And if you would like to pre-order, you can pre-order that album, and I would love you to, everybody watching, because that will just give me so much peace of mind to know that people are going to get it, and it's going to get a good spot on release day in the charts. That's what we, you know, I mean, it's not the only thing that matters, but it's a bit of a kind of, you know, after all the work, it's like one of those moments. And an album is, you know, people go, oh, you'll be fine, but it's getting an album to chart like that amongst some of these big acts is tough. So if you guys haven't pre-ordered the album yet, I would love for you to do that. You can get it from, check this out, guys, if I can make this work. You can get it from hayleyjensen.net, from my website, and it is available to pre-order now. It looks like that. Look at her.
Look at that.
We took that. Chris, our tech support guy, and my beautiful husband, actually took that photo on our balcony out here.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool what you
it's
can
amazing.
do. But yeah, so, and the other thing I wanted to just quickly mention, and I think it's here, yes, is that if you would like Karma merch, Karma, you know, t-shirts or caps. Woo, they look very, very cool. Little red trim. You can get them from my website too. So that's where you can get them, and you'll look really, you know, you look very cool. Like, it's a pretty cool design. I'll just wear this around.
Did you design it yourself?
No. I had Perrin, my graphic designer and creative guru, help me with this one.
It looks amazing.
I kind of, you know, was like, I want it to look like it's been like, you know.
It kind of looks like written in blood.
Yeah. Wanted it to kind of look a bit like that. Yeah. But so it's all available, guys. I just wanted to quickly sneak that in there. Nat, I would love to hear you sing your latest song, Strongman. The video is going great guns on CMT. I love it.
I know. I keep getting tagged by people. That's really cool. So I've like I've caught it a few times on Foxtel. It's just like I'll be doing something else and I'll just hear the riff and I'll be like, I'm on TV. Oh my God. It's still really it's really surreal seeing it on the TV still. So
yeah, for sure.
Loving it. All right.
Actually, before we do, I want to just let people know where they can see you playing, because you've got some gigs coming up, and for Queenslanders, and if we can move around by then for everybody else that can get up there, you have got some really cool gigs coming up. So the first one is with Hinterland.
At Burleigh Bazaar on the 11th of September, and Lily Grace is also going to be on that show. So
I love her.
Know that because of all the restrictions at the moment, the tickets are limited. So if you are thinking about coming, I highly recommend getting tickets. And then the other one, which is kind of a mini festival, if anybody's been to the Country at the Beach, the one in Rainbow, this is the same concept, but it's at Murphy's Creek. So it's a camping weekend. You come set up camp, come and see 3 days worth of Australian artists. And then, you just have to travel back to your tent or your caravan and then do it all again the next day. So I'm going to be on the Saturday afternoon with my trio band. So that's on the 1st to the 3rd of October. So that one is also going to be ticketed and COVID safe event. So this one.
So anyone that was going to be going to Denny Ute Muster that's now not on can just be like, okay, come to Country at the Creek. That'd be great. On the Saturday night, but a lot later at like 10 o'clock at night. So they can go and watch you and then they can come watch me. I'm actually playing at Lights on the Hill.
Cool.
Yeah, the Convoy 2 headlining that event, which is going to be amazing. So if I can get out of Sydney, I'm there. And it's going to be a big weekend of music in Queensland. But that's really cool. And then
and then the most important one is which is an amazing Brisbane venue, country-themed venue, which is really cool. Sunday, the 7th of November. So Hayley Marston, it's a Hayley Fest.
It is. You are the sandwich, baby.
I'm
a Hayley sandwich.
It's amazing.
Yeah, love it.
So definitely come along to that one. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so grab
Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh my God, I've loved having you. This has been so much fun. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Nat, I cannot wait to hear you sing your amazing song, Strong Man. Everybody get out there, stream the hell out of it. And check out the video.
All right.
All right, guys. Take it away.
You said I'll buy you a diamond ring and a pretty white gown, a little house with a picket fence on the upside of town. Forget the family thing, settling down. No, that ain't what I need. You planned romantic rendezvous in Paris in May, 12 dozen long-term roses on Valentine's Day. Forget the romance play, hear me when I say, no, that ain't what I need. 'Cause it don't count for nothing, boy, if you don't treat me kind. I want a man who understands he's wrong from right, a man who knows my mind. Yeah, I'm looking for a strong man. You know what I mean. I'm looking for the kind of guy who knows how to please, have a share of wrong man who ain't treated me right. Just looking for a strong man. So come on over tonight. Don't want no silver spoon, no fancy candlelight. Don't need no champagne style every day and every night. Forget the caviar, I don't wanna fight. No, that ain't what I need. 'Cause it don't count for nothing, boy, if you don't treat me kind. I want a man who understands he's wrong from right, a man who knows my mind. Yeah, I'm looking for a strong man. You know what I mean. I'm looking for the kind of guy who knows how to please, a hammer share man who ain't
ain't treating me right. Just looking for a strong man to come on over tonight. Yeah, tonight. 'Cause it don't count for nothing, boy, if you don't treat me kind. I want a man, I wanna stand his fun for mud. Man, I knows my mind. I'm looking for a strong man. You know what I mean. I'm looking for the kind of guy who knows how to please and how to share a man who ain't treating me right. Just looking for a strong man to come on over tonight. You know what I mean. The kind of guy who knows how to please and how to share a man who ain't treating me right. Just looking for a strong man to come on over tonight. To come on over tonight.
Yeah, blow the roof off it, baby. That's
And
awesome.
it's been a while since I've done a gig, so it's like, getting all the cobwebs out. It's always, when it's like, oh, how's this one gonna go? But
you sound amazing. You sound incredible. It's so good. Thank you, Nat.
Thank you.
Nat, thank you so much for coming on tonight and
Thank you.
look, being part of this great online event. It's so cool.
You've done so well. It's amazing.
Oh, look at all those claps, babe. You really can't see us underneath them all. It's just been so great to have you. Everybody go check out Nat's Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, like Spotify, all that sort of stuff. It's all sharing, caring, and I just think you're a wonderful artist and you're a beautiful friend of mine, and I'm just very, very grateful that you come on and hung out. And it's been just great to hang out with you tonight. We've been talking about having a wine together. So here we go.
I have hardly even had any emotion. That's how chatty we've been. But
we've been talking.
You, Ray. I love having you as a friend. You're just amazing. I'm so inspired by everything that you do. So thanks for having me on the show. And anybody who's tuning in today that came across from my page, make sure that you go and check out Hayley's, give her a follow, follow on Spotify, and go and pre-order that album and get all your merch ready to go. So make sure that
you too could look like a walking, talking merch machine.
I'm gonna make my.
Where's the Nat Pearson t-shirt, babe?
I don't know. I've got hats and coffee save lots as well as merch and stuff. Yes. So if anybody wants to get some merch, they can head over to the website as well. So
do it. Hang on, let me just give one last of that because it's look at that. There we go. Just because I did it really quickly.
And thanks to Chris, the tech guy, for sorting us out tonight. He's done amazing.
He's not really doing anything tonight.
No.
Everybody's going to not believe it, but this little piggy is clicking it all around tonight. Crazy. Normally Chris is doing it, but tonight I've got all the control. But he did help us out at the beginning, and he is watching on both YouTube and Facebook just to make sure there's no technical glitches happening. So yes, Karen, he has been teaching me. Absolutely.
Good job. Thanks, Chris. Love you.
Yes. Mwah, mwah. Nat, thanks so much again for joining me, and I wish you all the best and good luck with the shows coming up, and I can't wait to be playing with you in November.
I can't wait to see you.
I know. Big hugs. Yay, thanks for hanging out with Hayley.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you, babe. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It has been really, really awesome to hang out with all of you guys. I have got I'm just trying to get this up here. Awesome. Yeah, it's been great. Thanks. How are you liking your comments coming up, guys? I love putting them up. It's very fun. So I am going to now just play for you, as I promised ages ago when I did my FOEX tour at the end of last year. I said I was going to put up the show and all that sort of stuff, and I never got around to it. It was seriously like just went from doing that to planning the album to, trying to get it out there and then trying to plan the tour, and it kind of just, the year got away from me. But I do have a version of Karma that we performed live at Django Bar in Sydney, and there's a few little familiar faces. Probably you might be able to see the tops of your heads, Gary and Georgina. But so I'm going to switch over to that now and play you out with that little song. So stay watching, guys, and I might come back at the end and say goodbye. Mwah. This song's called Karma.
Pretty quick to hide it away, but I saw that you think that I didn't know. Well, that XO ain't for me. Well, I don't need no explanation. We both know the reputation. Think you're laughing now? Just wait till you find out. When Perma lets you down, you ain't gonna like it when Perma comes around. Get what you deserve. Seriously, guess I'll write a song about you.
Ain't it the truth? Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure to share this Thursday evening with you all. Thanks for hanging out with Hayley and Nat Pearson tonight, and I'll be back next Thursday night at 7 o'clock, at the normal time of 7 o'clock. And yeah, I'd love for you to join me on Facebook and YouTube. So hit subscribe if you're on YouTube to get notified, and make sure you're following along. But really lovely to spend the night with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah. I think I hit end broadcast. Bye.